VCR Party Live. VCR Party Live. VCR Party Live. VCR Party Live. Melinda's.
Well,
hello,
Melindas.
Melindas. Welcome to VCR Party, the show where we watch VHS tapes. We have 11,000 of them in our office back in Brooklyn. And I'm joined with Steve and George. And unfortunately, Nick is not with us today. If you follow Nick on social media, you know that last weekend we lost a valuable member of our VCR Party family, Nick's dog, Marty. And Marty was sort of the unofficial mascot of VCR. No, let's call him the official mascot of VCR Party. We just never said it. We never made it official, but he was.
He
the
never
official
let us.
mascot. Yeah.
But
Nick is taking some time off this week, so me, George, and Steve will steer the ship, and until Nick's ready to come back. So today we're going to honor Marty with the only way we know how, with stupid videos. So, what did Marty mean to you, Steve and George?
I mean, I loved Marty. Obviously, he was this adorable little meatball that constantly barked at me and would always kind of let you know that he was not happy with your presence until you gave him a few treats, and then he'd warm up to you. You know, just take a few minutes. But he was always lovely, and he always made me laugh.
Exactly. I had a love-hate relationship with him too. Like at first, it was a lot of barking, and then after a while, it took us a while, but we finally learned to appreciate each other. George, what about you?
I had a love relationship with Marty. I apparently was one of the very few males that he did not bark at. And he would come over when I would go over to Nick's and sit on my foot and just not bark. And we both were having a great time. And, Nick and Allie took in Marty. He had all sorts of health issues, big and small. And they really did a really admirable job keeping Marty happy and giving him a great life. And Marty got to see so many fascinating places and wear so many great costumes, and he was on the red carpet at the Tribeca Film Festival. He's sort of the star of that movie.
Honestly, I wonder how many costumes Marty got to wear. Like, seriously, I wonder if he broke a record. Probably not. There are a lot of crazy dog people out there, but Marty's in the conversation.
Yeah.
No, he certainly was a lucky dog to have such great parents. And, obviously my heart goes out to anyone who's lost a pet knows it's like losing a member of your family. And my heart goes out to both Allie and Nick.
Go and hug your dog or cat or hamster right now.
Right.
Steve,
and Nick and Allie set up a fundraiser for Best Friends Animal Society in Marty's name. And let's see, Best Friends Animal Society is the rescue agency where Marty came from. And we want to support an organization that's united so many people and pets for a lot of happy times.
All right.
We'll put a link in the description, but that's
cool.
bestfriends.org.
Perfect. I want to play. So we're going to go a little off script here today. It's a little bit different of a show. I wanted to play a clip from the Chop and Steal documentary that came out at Tribeca last June, and it's a documentary about Nick and I getting sued in federal court for some morning news pranks that we did. But there's one scene in there that I don't think anybody's seen before. It's the Marty scene. Marty has a scene in there, and I thought now would be a good time to play that scene of Nick talking about when he first got Marty. So here it is, Marty's origin story.
Hello. Hi. 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 Come on. Come on. Hi, buddy. I know. I wasn't gone that long. I know. When I adopted Marty, I was filling out the paperwork, and they're like, oh, by the way, he has a little thing with his penis. You just have to apply some some lubricant on it to keep protected from the elements. And I was like, oh, okay, seems like a kind of a big deal to mention late in the game, but I do this because his penis is basically like one of those sticky hands. It just picks up all the dust. So I take lube, I apply it on there, and he just kind of sits there and has a knowing look. And then I take some wet wipes and kind of get it back into the sheath and hope it stays, and it never does. What I get is, oh, he's adorable, and then, oh. Or I also get, boy, he's happy to see me. And I'm like, don't flatter yourself. It's a condition.
Did you see right there? Marty's penis had already fallen back out.
Yes.
You see there? Yeah.
Unless it's a continuity error. I don't know.
Nope. I don't think it is.
I
No,
don't think it is.
Yeah.
No, you can see that lube on there still. So Marty's legacy will live on forever in that documentary. So that's good. I've got some flying windows. You want to do some flying windows? How about that? They're dog related. I made them dog related today. It's from a show called. Wait. Let's do the graphic first. Okay, this week's Flying Windows comes from a dog show called ARF. I think what the concept was, it was one of those videos that you would pop in the VCR for your dog when like you left the house, so it'd give the dog something to watch. You know what I mean? And like the dog would usually just bark at the other dogs, or maybe there'd be squirrels on the screen or something. But they got really ambitious, and ARF attempted like dog game shows or like dog sketch shows and stuff like that. And this is a dog game show here called Boners. Flying window, bordered. Watch this one. Ooh, a flipper.
A little faker.
Yeah. You know what? I think we should start our show all the time with "Welcome to Boners."
I'm your host,
Lob Barker. I don't know. Let's just maybe try it for an episode, see if it works, see if it sticks.
There wasn't a better dog name than Lob. Like I like the Barker part because obviously it's a dog, but I don't know a lot of dogs named Lob.
I don't get the spoof of Lob. What does Lob have to?
I didn't get
Bob
it either.
Barker.
I got Bob Barker, but like why would
Lob.
Rex Barker? Or...
What's Lob?
To
George?
throw?
Oh, to throw a ball because they like
maybe.
Okay, all right.
I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying that that's probably what they're doing.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
How are we doing so far without Nick? You think we're doing all right?
No,
we're a mess without him.
Yeah. We have no one keeping us on track and no one yelling.
Exactly. The show could go on forever without Nick here.
I think you need to yell at George and I more in mocking us because I think you take it too easy on us.
Yeah.
Oh, do I?
Which I'm fine with.
Well,
but now without Nick here, I think you got to really turn up a notch.
Yeah, I think I don't have my safety net below me now, so I kind of need you guys. So I think I'm being extra nice.
All right.
Without you guys, I mean, like,
it would be just you and Lob Barker.
All right, let's do some raviolis.
Come on, let's see your raviolis. Show us 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 your raviolis.
What are you laughing at?
No, just our Steve and I are very deer in headlights.
Yeah, I know. The whole dynamic's thrown off because Nick is usually like, then this thing and then that thing, and then now I have to be the one to do that. But then,
like one of you talks and one of you takes a breath, and then when you're taking the breath, there's just silence.
All right, let's take a look at. So I have some things. They're not all necessarily Marty related. They're things that I had queued up for this week anyway. Do you want to see a new corner that I have? Okay. Sure. Well, it's not a new corner, but are
you pitching it?
Yeah, not technically because I don't have the graphic handy. So, but lately we've been doing a lot of things with the auto subtitles. We realized that we can put auto subtitles at the bottom of videos that our editing program Premiere will generate them for us. That it's actually pretty good at hearing the words and then like typing them out. But sometimes it's fun to put difficult sounding words into those and seeing what it comes up with. So I want to play this Coin 6 video Do you remember Coin 6? I feel like it was like maybe like first 2 weeks of VCR Party. We played this video and we had people write in to say what they thought this guy said when he was yawning.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Let me just play some of the Coin 6 outtakes. It's from a local news show in, I think it's Portland or Seattle. I think it's Portland, called Coin 6. And it's the two anchors and they're upset about something. And then one of them yawns, and just watch the video. Here it is.
Oh, I'm just pissed. God damn
Jimmy,
it, we
did
got
you
our heads
not
in this
know
ball
that
game.
we had
A
to
producer
drop-
can't tell me. I'm sitting here ready to go to 36.
Okay.
We pop out on camera. I have no fucking idea what's going on. Get it together.
Okay,
So I'm sitting here going,
just make sure you let us know.
okay, is this out now? Is Cougar out? I think it's,
Cougar's out.
well, God damn it. God, I come here prepared and I don't like when we pop. Now I'm sitting here confused. We're popping on camera. What's next? What happened to 36?
Happens a lot.
God damn it.
Okay, so that was a big buildup so that you could get to know this guy, so that maybe that'll provide clues as to what he actually says here during his yawn. He's going to yawn here. Pay close attention to what he says.
Into Home Players Magazine.
George?
Something magazine. That's the first time
What
I
I think,
ever
too.
heard. First
Oh,
time I
really?
could ever discern any words in this.
And by the way, there's a correct answer because I ran it through Premiere and it
Oh.
spit out a correct answer. So what's a full sentence, George? Something magazine.
I didn't know
Let me
if
play
it
it
was
one more
pl-
time.
yeah.
Let me play it one more time.
I was going to go with At Home Magazine.
Good call.
Into Home Players Magazine.
I think there's a P in there.
Yeah, In Home Players Magazine.
Okay.
And, I'm gonna say Playgirl magazine.
Okay. Yeah, they're doing a story on Playgirl magazine on
Yep.
Coin 6.
Sure.
Yeah.
You want to know what I realized, though?
maybe it was a local
early-
man. Huh?
You
What?
want to know what I realized I never put together until now?
What?
Is this guy is a lot like Joe in between takes, like when we're not filming and like something goes wrong.
God damn it!
You know what? Yeah, you're right, Steve. Exactly. I thought he reminded me of somebody, and it turned out to be me.
There you go.
All right, here's what Premiere said he's actually saying during that yawn.
Into Home Players Magazine.
There it is, in the Home Places magazine, and Places is capitalized for some reason. Yeah? What do you think?
I'll buy it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll buy it.
In the Home Places magazine. Yeah, George?
Do you not receive that, or is that not a subscription you have?
No,
In
but
the
I'm
Home
going to
Places?
subscribe now. Home Places, and they do lowercase h's and uppercase p's.
That was
So
their thing.
yeah, subscribe. Everybody subscribe. All right, so yeah, that's gonna be the new corner, I think. What do you think? Like auto subtitles. I don't have a title for it yet. Oh,
I like the way you're doing it because the first time it was with why am I forgetting his name? But the Winnebago man.
Jack
And-
Rebney. Yeah.
Jack Rebney. And here, like that one was more humorous, and then this one you solved a problem. Like this is something that has been bothering us for years. So I like that
Exactly.
each one it's gonna be a little bit different spin on it.
Exactly. George, you got something? What'd you put together for ravioli? Did you? You do
Yeah,
anything?
I put together a few different. Let's see. I went through and grabbed some clips of Marty, so we can celebrate his life. So this first set of clips is just Marty appearing in some skits. He seems up for really anything Nick wanted him to try to do. He usually slept through it, but
Cheeks. Cheeks. The Ladies Club, 20,001 North Cave Creek.
Mr. T was a gymnastics coach for some reason. His bulldog was called Bulldozer. Also had a little mohawk. Oh, I have a little surprise here.
Okay.
Here's Mr. M, who's gonna hate this whole episode.
You like dongles, you need dongles. It's called dongles.
Dongleteers. This is Talking Dongles. My name's Nick. This is Marty. I've got 10,000 dongles, and I'm going to try to explain them all to you.
He pities a lot of fools, but he's kind of distracted by the cereal right now. So the dog was a big breakout character for me. And the show aired for 3 seasons on NBC.
Which just takes 2 double A's. Thoughts on this one, Marty?
You had a baby while I was gone?
I call him Marty.
Wait a second, I don't even remember us boinking.
Some good comedy.
Sweet Marty, always helped us.
Stole every scene he was in.
Yeah, and you know when he would eat, whether he would yawn, the message boards would explode.
Oh yeah, whether he would do anything. Yeah. Whether he
or
would
not,
wear a
or not
mohawk.
do anything. If
We
he was just
numerous
asleep.
times went to a Marty cam where
Yeah.
and people would demand for more for the Marty cam, where we just had one camera on Marty when we were in the.
I can't believe
the
that Nick
studio.
actually shaved his hair into a mohawk.
I don't think he
for the-
did. I thought he just used like.
No.
Oh, was it a
Shaved his
faux
head.
hawk? It was a faux hawk.
I have to imagine so because
I
then
feel cheated.
I think it was
yeah.
Okay.
don't-
Well, we'll ask Nick when he comes back.
Yeah.
I got another one. So do you remember when I did a little corner called This Week in Ohio, where
yeah.
it's a trope of VHS tapes where the person, our host, is doing something that they're going to teach us about pretty soon. And then they notice the camera there and they're like, oh, hi, or hi there, or well, hello. I found another one, or I thought of another one. We've shown this before, but I realized like, oh, this should be like one of the biggest oh highs of all time. So I also put together a opening graphic for This Week in Ohio.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hi.
This week in
Okay.
Another classic. You have to have a
Well-
SoundCloud page.
Well, I mean, they're all the same. Isn't that exactly like I had in my head that Fred was dead? Apologies. Isn't that the exact same song? I mean, that's the only.
But what if it's the best song ever written? You can hear it you can hear many different interpretations
That's a good
of it
point.
and enjoy it.
That's a good point. Am I like John Lennon, Paul McCartney? Which one am I?
You're like both of them.
Yeah, a combination. Yeah.
Holy shit! Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
All right, this one comes from a video about using email. Like right when email came out, do they still hyphenate the word email when it goes e-mail, or did they just finally combine it? I always just combine it whenever I write it. What do you guys do?
I think we just combine it now.
I combine it, but I think that the correct way is e-mail, but I don't know.
I know. I feel like old people like do the dash thing. You know, I don't know. Maybe that's the right way to
That's
do
what
it.
keeps us young.
I'm a bad boy. I just type it as one word.
Yes.
All right. This is a video on how to use email. And this guy he doesn't necessarily do an Ohio, but he gets caught by surprise by the viewer. Like we just kind of like walked in on him.
Hi there. Just finishing up a few things here. Let me zap off a final email message and then I'm done.
That's one
There you
thing
go.
that you always use, Joe, is you zap off your email.
I always zap off because of this video. I'll always zap off emails. You
I
always
haven't
zap
zapped off
I've
an
got a
email
call-
since like 2003. I think that was the last time I did.
What, zapped them off?
Yeah, I usually just send them now.
Oh, you should zap them off.
We'll see.
Would that be? Could you customize your email so that it just says like zap instead of
Zap
send?
instant.
Yeah, I'll talk to somebody at Gmail. I'm really just drawn to that man's pants. Are they higher, tighter? I don't understand the fit. I don't know. Maybe I look like that. I don't.
Well, the thing is, I don't understand his young hip lingo. Like zap off. Like what is he talking about? Like I don't understand this young man's slang terms.
Well,
He's got a lot of shrubbery on his desk too.
And outside too. Yeah.
He's doing a lot.
But that's a sweet office though. Look at all that wood and then the it's a sharp looking office.
you know, you could zap off in there and nobody could see you.
Just zap off regular.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you could. All right. Let's continue to listen. Do you want to watch his Ohio one more time?
Definitely.
Yes.
Okay. But do you see he did that double take there where it's like like he wasn't expecting you to walk in while he was zapping off.
He thought he was hallucinating at first.
Yeah. We caught him zapping off.
We caught him zapping, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
George
But he
told me
thought
I could zap off in here anytime I wanted.
Hi there. Just finishing up a few things here. Let me zap off a final email message and then I'm done. There you go. When I'm working at home, I might take a break and email a note to my brother or copy an article from the World Wide Web to my nephew or whatever.
To my nephew or whatever. He's trying to sound young, right?
Uh-huh.
Is that or whatever? Like that's what young people use, right?
Yeah, or whatever.
Okay.
Now I already see. So that's supposed to be a joke. You see the email address that's in there. If you go a little further.
Wait, left or right? To the
further forward.
Oh,
he's got an email, and it's to jlaforge at, I guess, english.enterprise.military. Now, I'm guessing that's supposed to be Lieutenant Commander Geordi LaForge of the USS Enterprise from Star Trek The Next Generation. But the joke's on him because Geordi is spelled with a G.
Wow.
Wow, that's like black belt nerd shit right there, George.
This is what happens when Nick's not here.
Wow. The cat's away, the mice will play.
Geordi.
Wow.
I was amateur hour.
When I saw that, I was like, we should send something off to that email and see. We should zap something off to that email and see if anything zaps back to us. And but now I'm realizing that it was a fake email. Yeah. So all right, let's let him finish up this video here.
Pirate at AOL.com. Fun handle, huh?
Fun handle, huh? Is he not the whitest man of all time? He's got to be the whitest man of all time, right?
If he's not in the show, then if the whitest man of all time is not on the show, then yes, it's him.
How can we not have a Who's the Whitest contest? That's got to be among who's the gentlest, who's the yellingest.
Yes, who's the
filthiest?
Who's the kissingest?
The kissingest. Yeah, we got. Okay, let's add that to the list.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. George, you got something else? Or you some more revs?
Yeah, sure. I think, as I said before, that everybody is trying to see what Marty's doing, whether it's sleeping, barking, eating. So just here are some of the highlights of Marty doing very common things that we all find fascinating.
Marty has fallen asleep and has been snoring into my microphone for the last probably 10 minutes.
Can you put sunglasses on him?
He doesn't like wearing sunglasses.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's weird.
He will do it, but yeah.
That's weird that an animal wouldn't want to wear
What do you
sunglasses.
think about
This is not public access that she gave us.
Okay.
Come
Marty.
on, Marty.
Marty.
Come on, be cool.
Come here. Come on.
Okay, so this is...
You explain it. I'm going to get Marty.
Okay. All right, come on.
What he meant by that. So, Marty.
I got nailed with that before.
All right. Sorry about this, everybody.
Feeding Marty.
Family, one of which I am not part of.
I'm putting the tip jar in.
We made a lot of money when Marty ate.
He likes coconut yogurt.
Schwarzenegger's one of the Kennedys.
Oh, Marty. Good boy.
I like that Nick had a quick answer for whether he wears
His
sunglasses or not, because he had tried it. He clearly tried
Without
it.
a doubt.
And then I wonder if he tried maybe different kinds of, like maybe he tried like the standard, Ray-Bans, the Wayfarers or something. But then he's like, oh, maybe he likes the Oakley wraparounds.
Yeah.
But it was a definitive answer. Marty did not like sunglasses.
No question.
So. All right, I got so last June I told people about my collection that a friend of mine and we've been collecting. We call them porta punnies. Porta potties. They all have puns on them. You've seen this before. There's a lot to work with porta potties and puns. So been taking pictures, and ever since I showed my collection, I got a bunch more in. So I want to just catch you up to some more new porta punnies here. And I think I want to do like a book or something. Maybe we can do a coffee table book. Maybe that'll be our ticket out of this hellhole. We still haven't found it. We've been doing the show for 7 years now, and we still haven't found the ticket out of this hellhole. So, but maybe because of Bart and Teresa, what? Steve?
I've got to say, if there is something that people want when they have their coffee, it's probably pictures of porta potties right there on the coffee table.
Exactly. So this is Bart. He and Teresa sent this one in, and also I don't know if you can see, but he's wearing a Kirk's 40th birthday T-shirt that we sold in like year one of Found Footage Festival. I don't know. This is probably like 2005. So like Bart he's a veteran. He's a found
Bravo.
footage veteran. Yeah, nice work.
Finally got
But
the fucker running.
he finally got the fucker running. And he's posing next to a honey bucket, and I've seen honey buckets around. You guys familiar with honey buckets at all?
No.
Yeah, it's a good name. It's probably like what like Snuffy Smith would call it, a honey bucket. And like, go back and fetch my honey bucket. But I like the font a lot.
Yeah.
And I like Bart's pose a lot too. I like
That's
the way-
Helvetica, right?
His pose? Oh no,
No, the font.
Yeah,
The
the
font.
font is
And
yes,
his
that's-
pose.
Yeah. All right. Next up is my buddy J-Man. He saw Brent's Biffies, and if anybody needs to call Brent's Biffies, their phone number's right there. And J-Man got his photo taken with that one. Then
Now, what do we think a
go ahead.
Biffy is? Have you ever heard the term Biffy before?
Yeah, I
Is that
think
something in the Midwest?
I think it's an
I've
old
never
timey
heard it.
thing. Oh, really? I think maybe this Midwestern.
I've never heard of
J-Man.
a Biffy.
J-Man is from the Midwest, so
Yes.
yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah.
I just assumed everybody knew what a Biffy was.
The other thing I like is because it's, a lot of people call it a throne. It's very, the crown and everything like that.
Yeah.
Kind of goes along with it.
Yeah, a Biffy. Yeah. So Steve, if you had to go and you saw this there, you probably wouldn't think to go in there.
I wouldn't
right?
even know. If it
Yeah.
was like, hey, Biffy's this way, I'd be like, I don't need a Biffy, I need the bathroom.
What the
I have to
fuck
go
is a
so
Biffy?
bad I'd shit in a Biffy right now.
Yeah.
Well,
all
I
right.
got a surprise for you.
Jesse sent this one. But this is also, I like that Jesse was in traffic and took this photo. Like,
Yeah.
like risked their
But
life for this.
It looked like the
photo.
porta potty might be in traffic too, though. That looks like it's on the back of someone's
It
car.
is. It
Oh,
is. I've
yeah.
seen this before, like being shipped off to war. That's what that's what they're doing, and that's
I
a
salute you.
got to go, which I think
Yeah.
is like a Farfignugan, or you remember
Yeah.
An
Farfignugan?
umlaut over
Yeah.
the U. And
A
so it'd
got
be
to
pronounced
go.
got to go.
Oh, is that how you pronounce umlauts?
Yeah. Well, for the U. Depends on
Okay.
the letter.
Yeah. Oh, like ew, like gross. Got to.
Yeah, maybe.
Go. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jesse, for risking your life to take that photo.
Worth it.
Karen said this one. This is an Arnold's. No, there's nothing special about Arnold's. I'm thinking with some of these, maybe in the coffee table book, we have a section called missed opportunities. So like Arnold's could have been something like, I don't know, come on, guys, you're creative. What could Arnold's be called? Arsenolds, like an Arsenolds. I don't know. I'm spitballing here.
I don't think I can top that.
George, you'll think of something in 30 seconds. I guarantee it. But anyway, that's not the reason Karen sent this. Not because of Arnold's. It's because of what happened there.
Yeah, I didn't want to know.
I'm glad that Karen saw that and thought of us and sent the photo.
Can you imagine the emergency where somebody's just tearing their clothes off as they're running to the bathroom?
I know.
I mean,
exactly.
we've all been there. Or
100%.
maybe just me.
Yeah.
The other thing I think that we need to discuss is what is it supposed to be? This is, it's almost like it's got shingles or wood paneling.
It's an
or...
outhouse. It's an
Oh, wait a
actual
second.
house.
You're
And
not talking-
there's the half moon.
Yeah, you
Or
see
the
that?
crescent moon, not half.
I like that they
Oh,
did
yeah.
that. Yeah, I like that they did that. Yeah. I think it was Spuds McKenzie actually. Yeah, Spuds
Might be.
McKenzie had to
Yeah.
use the bathroom.
All that
And then-
drinking, the super party animal.
He's a party animal, and then he had
Yeah.
to, So anyway, those are the latest porta punnies. If you see some funny, they don't even have to be funny. They don't have to be that great. I'll show them on the show. I don't give a shit. Send me your porta potty puns when you see them. George, you got anything else to get us out of this?
Yeah,
ravioli?
another thing everybody loved to see was usually at the end of shows was Marty dancing. So let's see Marty dance to Nick's favorite song.
All right.
This is because of your tips, ladies and gentlemen. Keep them coming. If you want more brug dances. I think he's falling asleep while dancing.
So, I mean, Marty was asleep most of the time, and he was usually asleep when we were filming, like when we tried to do that, the nativity scene.
Oh yeah,
he was
yeah.
going in and out of consciousness the whole time.
I don't blame him at
Yeah.
all. Like, what's he gonna? Yeah, he's getting dragged along for this whole thing. Yeah,
Right. He didn't need to know. He didn't like the blocking was not important to him.
Yeah, and also like I think like this is the This is the Marty dance, right? It's
Yeah.
just kind of like up one paw going up when the other paw goes down. And
Well, you
then,
need Nick to move your arms.
Okay.
That's the only
all
way
right.
I'm going to dance from now on.
Okay. Isn't that how Michael Jackson danced in
It's the Thriller. Yeah.
Okay, it's a Thriller. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, those are our raviolis.
Shows your raviolis, shows your raviolis, shows your raviolis.
All right, now's the time of the show when we learn how to watch cyber videos on the internet. I got some IMGs lined up, but I think traditionally I go last. Who wants to go first? George, Steve?
Let's go to Steve. We haven't heard from Steve as much today.
George, I'm going to need a second to pull it up my video.
Oh,
so why
boy.
don't you go first?
All right.
Boy.
Well, a
The
couple weeks.
disaster. The disaster.
We'll fix this all in post.
Yeah, there's a lot of issues here.
Okay.
I am ready though, George, if you're ready.
Okay, great. Go
Great,
to it.
what? Steve should go?
Yes.
Oh, boy. Okay, Steve, go ahead. After your apology, you can go ahead.
I'd like to say
That's
I'm
your whole
sorry
screen.
to
That's
everybody
your
for. Oh, son of a.
Wait, but like, even if Nick were here, you'd still be doing these screw ups. It's not that Nick isn't
No,
here.
because I would feel more comfortable and I wouldn't feel as rushed, and I wouldn't feel like there was a mean man yelling at me.
I'm not yelling, Steve.
Place magazine. Okay, so somebody sent in a video about Bill Ripken and the infamous fuckface card. I don't know if you can see that, but
Yes,
he's got
yes.
a fuckface at the bottom of
Unshare
his
so that we can see this better. Unshare so we can see this
All
better.
right, let me stop
Yeah.
this share. And you can see at the very bottom of the bat. No, you can't, but it says fuckface. You're gonna have to trust me on this one.
Yes,
Yes.
I remember that card. And I
Yes.
remember it cost like 125, or it was worth $125 back when it came out. And then they crossed it out, and they didn't cross it out very well. And then that one was worth $180. And I think maybe 15 years ago, I bought a fuckface card for like $7 off of eBay. So I have a fuckfaced.
And I,
You sure do.
obviously I did. I bought one recently. I bought a nice fuckface.
Did you?
Oh
Nice.
yeah. But
There's
someone
a
just
lot
sent-
of fuckfaces out there.
I think there are.
They're not
but
that
I think
rare.
there's like, a lot of people my age who, it was an exciting card to have, and I never had one.
Yeah, this country's
Parents
lousy with
would buy
fuck
for me.
faces.
Yeah, my parents would never buy it for me, and once the price went up, forget it. That was it.
Wait a second, George. You weren't a sports nut.
No, but
right?
I knew about that.
You
Just
knew
like
about fuckface.
There were certain sports things like the pitcher who didn't he hit a bird? That wasn't that a famous thing?
Randy
There were
Johnson.
So there were like 10 baseball things from the 80s and 90s that I know about, and fuckface is one of them.
Oh, it was so
Cards.
great. But Ben sent it in a Blue Coast Savings ad, and it was really quick. So I was like, oh, I wonder if there's any other Billy Ripken stuff that I could find. And I found this one, and it's absolutely bizarre. And you're gonna think, oh, like this isn't, but this was actually put up by the company. They're like, we had Billy Ripken as our host, and then they posted this video. See if you can make heads or tails from it.
Well, what's the call?
Don't get mad, Bill. It's too close to call.
Unbelievable, Mother. It is never too close to call.
He's Paul Dano like. What
So
the hell
that-
was that?
That's exactly it.
That's terrible. I don't even know what was it a sketch?
Is that a jeans commercial?
That you would think it was one of those things. How did I turn off my video?
Oh, God.
Wow. Once again, Nick, you're so missed. But close
Nick
call.
has nothing to do with you turning up. Okay, anyway. go ahead.
He
Yeah.
does. Close call. America was like a local cellular service for when it was coming out. It ended up getting bought out by Mobile Pro, who then sold itself to USA Telephone. So whether or not they probably got eaten up by Verizon by some point, but they still have a YouTube page, and on that YouTube page is that when they used to have Billy Ripken as their spokesman. So
They got bought out while they were filming that commercial, so they didn't even
Maybe.
put graphics on it.
no graphics. By the way, no tagline either. There was just nothing.
I feel like it was an unfinished commercial. There's no way that would have aired. Nobody knew what the hell was going on.
But
Now it's up to the Melindas to finish it.
Yes, exactly. Well, that's brilliant. Yes.
Oh, that's a great idea. So I think there's a movie in this. I think like the fuckface story needs to be told. I think Paul Dano is our guy because he looks exactly like Billy Ripken. And I want to know what the hell, because it was on purpose that he wrote fuckface on the bottom of his baseball, on the bottom of his bat, right? I mean, he did that on purpose.
Ben did send, I do think there is a story to it. And I think the reason why is he knew not to use that bat. It was like a bad batch of bats. So he wrote that so he wouldn't use it. And then he grabbed the wrong bat when he meant to have it.
I know, but it's like, it's face up. Like he's pointing it at the camera. I think Fleer was in on this conspiracy here. I think Fleer was like, oh, we can get a lot of press and publicity.
Right. They need to make one error card per season.
Exactly.
To make the collectors go crazy.
I mean,
a controversial one. Yes, exactly. Everybody talked about it. Everybody still remembers it. And I still remember Fleer. I remember what Fleer was. So.
And Don Russ. Even I remember Don Russ.
Oh, yeah.
Upper
Deck.
Really? Yeah, sure.
Look at you, sports nut down there.
Yeah.
You should do a sports nut corner. How about that?
George's a corner for the 1981 Phillies. That's the only thing I remember was the team members of that.
I'd watch that corner.
McDonald's gave away, the local McDonald's gave away Phillies baseball cards. Tops.
Okay. All right.
So
if
you want to know about Bake McBride, I can tell you all about him.
Okay, good. I do. But now let's. I want to hear about your cyber video.
Oh, all right. So
did you hear that transition?
Yeah, that was great.
See, I'm no good at that. Nick's better at that kind of thing.
Right. No, I know. At some, I need to be shut up with a transition. Nick's really good at it without it seeming like he's insulting me. Whereas you'll just slap me across the face. So a couple weeks ago, I showed local TV news reporters in the early 80s trying to wrap their heads around video games. So here's another installment of George's Confused Reporter Corner. First, listen as a kid in an arcade tries to explain the plot of the video game Defender to a completely out of his element reporter. And then after that, we'll see a very weird moment in video game history.
If you want to know anything about video games, this is the man that can tell you about it, Barry Burnson. Tonight you're going to give us part 3 on his report, High Tech Rec. What is High Tech Rec?
Well, it's recreation that is high technology,
you know. Makes sense.
Video game makers believe that their products are starting to attract a whole new market. Adults, especially women, who would not have been caught dead playing pinball. What you see here is part of a national phenomenon that we call High Tech Rec. A phenomenon that had to happen when the TV set married the computer. There's Defender, a space battle game made by Williams Electronics on the North Side. The object is to fly over your planet, shooting down the enemy spacecraft.
Well, when you're playing the game, you always get the green men down at the bottom so that they don't pick up your men and turn into mutants, because when that happens, you can give up the game, because when you lose your world, there's no way of getting out of it.
The planet can blow up.
Yeah, the planet can blow up and you go into space.
Wait. When you lose your world, what was his line there? It seemed like a very philosophical. When you lose your world, there's no going back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true. When you lose your world, there's no going back to it. Can we hear him say it again?
We can.
Okay. George Messi?
Yeah, I looked him up. He's a co-owner of a pub currently. I'll give him a call. See what, because he had this 1982. He had a whole bunch of high scores on, I think maybe Galaxian, some other games I'd never heard of.
Turn into mutants, because when that happens, you can give up the game, because when you lose your world, there's no way of getting out of it.
When you lose your world, there's no way of getting out of it.
Oh, that's going to be a future trivia question for VCR Smarty. I know it.
And because I always have a clip of you saying, this is going to become a trivia question one day. It has to be now.
The planet can blow up.
Yeah, the planet can blow up and you go into space. These game videos a lot more. Probably the funnest thing is designing one. That's what I like to do the most.
Jack Middle is president of Taito America. This is a company that first had Space Invaders. Taito let us videotape in a room called Deep Engineering. This is the most secure room in the plant. This is where the game gets its life and personality from computer programmers. Because of the fierce competition among video game companies, Taito requested we do not use last names. But Rex is working with Mark on a new game called Toasters and Chainsaws. Mark is computing what will appear on the screen. Rex is using a computer to synthesize the sound you will hear when the game hits the arcades.
All right, so we got to talk about
Yeah, we got to talk about Toasters and Chainsaws.
I'd never heard of Toasters and Chainsaws. So I looked it up, and it turns out it never existed. This was a mock-up shown to reporters to confuse the competition.
No way.
Yes, but look at that art. I mean, that is magnificent. I think it would it could very well make become an image for a T-shirt that's impossible to explain.
I thought it was going to be part of a Sam Raimi movie.
Right.
Oh, should we make the toasters and chainsaws, right? Because nobody owns that, right? Nobody probably got a copyright on that, right? We could.
Well, that's where things get a little weird because
Okay.
First of all, the game that they showed that looked like the
train.
Yeah, that was from an actual game called Wild Western that was already out that I also had never heard of but did exist. But it looks like several people had done a deep dive on this topic. There's a lot of research into this, and they found that somebody noticed that there is a slot machine that actually exists called Chainsaws and Toasters. They had to have gotten the name from, those two words don't come together any other way.
No.
So this is a total in-joke by, I guess, the slot machine designers, but I still think a Toasters and Chainsaws t-shirt would be
I think
pretty
so.
great.
Let's cash in on that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, nobody owns that. Let's take it for our own. Let's get rich. Take it out of the hellhole. Finally, this is it. All right, nice reporting, George. Yeah. All right, my turn. IMGs. Here we go.
Chicken shit. Electronic video transmission uploaded with no intention. Harvested semi-ethically. Welcome to IMG.
All right, IMG time. All right, I did all dog related stuff, and I want to start off with one. This was a classic. This is we featured this a bunch of times, but I think it's worth watching again. It's IMG 0632. Christopher sent this one. Had 32 views when we found it, but it's not actually up anymore. I went to look for it to see what the views were up to. They took it off. So that's why this segment is very important, because we're taking things that disappeared off into the ether and we're preserving it. So this is an important job we're doing, right, guys?
Absolutely.
Okay, there we go. All right, so this is cutting a heart shape into a dog's hair. Okay, do you remember this one? Cutting a heart shape into a dog's hair?
Yeah, was it not a deathbed vision, or
no, it wasn't. But
not
maybe
yet.
It could be. Yeah, maybe it could be. And also, it's not dog's fur; it's dog's hair. Christopher decided to call it dog's hair, which I like. All right, here we go. Could that be a deathbed vision?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
Am I correct to assume that you did not add the woofs and the?
No, I don't add anything to IMGs. Sometimes I'll edit them to make them shorter. I'll make them a little bit shorter, which you'll see in this next one, IMG 0547. This one went on for a long time, and you'll see why I shortened this one up a little bit. But that's all I do, Steve. I just shorten them up. I don't add music. I don't try to make them funnier. They do fine on their own.
I did not want to question your integrity. Sorry.
Please don't going forward. Leanne sent this one. She called it self-jacking dog. Self-jacking dog. What do you think that means when you hear self-jacking dog?
I think we're going to see a dog masturbate.
I think somebody's going to be zapping an email.
Right, here it is. Leanne's self-jacking dog. See, watch. This is the interesting thing. So he's humping the air, right? Or is he humping the air? Watch this. So it comes around to this side. Look at it. The self-jacking dog's using his hand or his paw.
Paw.
Yeah, not hand. You see
Dog's
that?
a genius.
You see that?
It took me 13 years to figure that out. That dog figured it out.
In 13 dog years.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Which was like 2 years, right?
Yeah.
But you see that? See what he's doing there?
Oh, I have an idea.
Have you ever seen a dog do that before?
Nope, first time.
No, and I've been looking.
My buddy Jakester, he has a dog. He has 3 dogs. One of his dogs humps a Pluto doll that they got at like Disney World. That was like a pillow. It's this Pluto pillow, and they used it for like, I don't know, to like lay their head on. But then Chip decided he wanted to hump it. So, and he has a very active libido. So you go over to Jakester's house, odds are you're going to see Chip, hump the Pluto pillow. So, FYI.
Good talk.
All right. Next up, IMG 0742. This one had 4 views, and James sent this one. James said, this video raises a lot of questions, and I 100% agree. So here's this.
Let's see. Here's the shower. The dogs just had their baths.
The dogs just had their baths in the shower. All right.
Lee did a wonderful job driving through Yellowstone. It was pretty hairy for a while, but he's really good with the big diesel motorhomes. Lee will take a shower.
Where's the brush?
I will take a shower. Here's a brush right here. I don't know. I'll find it.
He needed the other one. He didn't need that brush that she had. He needed a different brush. Look how he's very serious about this whole thing too.
Who grooms him? That's my question.
The dog on the left.
And also, is he Albert Einstein? I think it's Claudia Schiffer on the left, isn't it? And then I think he's Albert Einstein, right? Like he's kind of like chubby Albert Einstein.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, so he's looking for the other brush.
Right here. I don't know. I'll find it. I took it. Find it. I'm doing a video. Dee Dee had her bath.
Digging up the tubs, people love to see us. IMG miners.
Walks are done. Gotta sleep. Bye.
So yeah,
another great job, Joe.
Thank you. It's just a couple in an RV blow drying their, what are they called? Lasso Apsos or something? Is that what they're called?
Not that type of dog.
Claudia Schiffer dogs. Okay. All right. That wraps up for Cyber Video. Hey, real quick. So we do a thing where you can write in, and if you have a question, we show a lot of videos. People have questions, and we do a thing, a corner called That It Done.
That's it. That it done. Right there.
Okay, so you send in a question that you have about one of our videos, and then we'll try to answer it. And Brendan wrote in recently, said, my fiance recalls a commercial from the 90s for a carpet cleaning service outside of Houston. There is a boy that reacts to a carpet cleaner and says, wow, I bet that cleaner is so good that it could remove the stain of sin. And this is on TV. And the boy's dad responds, no, son, only a drop of Jesus's blood can do that. So after doing some research, this is Brendan writing again. He says, after doing some research, we believe the commercial was for Superior Vacuum and Sewing in Texas. Here's a modern commercial from them that seems to have the same guy in it. It also has out of nowhere religious comments. And my fiance said that in the 90s, they also ended the same way. So anyway, I'm going to play this video, and I don't know, George, maybe you can have an update for us by the time we get to the end. I don't know.
I'll look into
One
it.
pastor asked another, do your people come to church expecting something? He replied, yes, they expect to be out by 12. I can't use that either. Formula 396, the best stain remover you can buy. We also have the Roomba by iRobot. I repair all vacuums made, and I carry all the belts, bags, the filters, everything. Do you want to learn Hebrew free? From the Aleph to the Tav? Come see me, the King of Clean, in his new castle, a block away from Arby's, where every woman gets a flower, where Jesus is Lord.
There's a lot going on there.
Yeah.
You can learn Hebrew? What?
You get a flower at the Arby's. The way he put those prepositional phrases together, I think, is very confusing.
I know. Yeah,
Somebody
was
check the
confusing.
copy on that.
Yeah. Well, he has the flowers, so I assume that you get the flowers there, but maybe swing by the Arby's to find out for sure.
Yeah.
From the Aleph to the Tav? Come see me, the King of Clean, in his new castle, a block away from Arby's, where every woman gets a flower, where Jesus is Lord.
So, all right. So Brendan wants to know, do you think there's any way you can track down the 90s one with the drop of Jesus blood comment? And I don't know, like I'm just at the whim of YouTube, and I did searches for it and I couldn't find it. George, have you made any attempts?
My recollection is this has been sitting in the inbox for quite a while.
For 1 year exactly.
Okay.
For 1 year exactly.
I believe last fall I called Superior Vacuum, whatever the full name is.
Superior Vacuum and
Sewing in
Yeah.
Humble, Texas. That's a town.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just in case you were wondering, it's about a block from the Arby's. And no, but they did not have the person I spoke with was not, one of the main people.
Okay.
one of the lords, but
Right.
they did not seem to think that would be something that would be kept around, the old tapes. But I'll check in again.
Okay, so all right, so you ran into a dead end and then you never followed up, but now this is going to light a fire under you.
Oh,
And yeah,
I'm
all right,
I'm raring.
and we'll get some goddamn answers, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's wrap this up. I mean, this is an atrocity, this episode here. Some quick announcements. First of all, we got Fantastic Fest. Chop and Steel is playing at Fantastic Fest coming up, and we got asked to. So they do this thing at Fantastic Fest where you have this debate over something, and then you box afterwards. So Tim League, the guy who created Alamo Drafthouse, he wanted us to do the debate, and then he wants us to box afterwards. And we were both apprehensive.
I have a number of questions. Are you
Okay.
guys boxing each other, or are you guys debating another? Who are you debating?
Another comedy duo.
No. We debate each other. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not making that clear.
No,
So
you weren't.
we debate each other on.
And where
I
is
don't know.
Fantastic Fest? You didn't set
That's
that
in
up either.
Austin. Yeah,
Okay.
I know. See, the announcements, that's not really my thing. Nick does the announcements.
We know. We know.
So we debate each other at Fantastic Fest after the movie plays, and we get into we get all riled up, and then we go into the ring and they give us gloves. But I think it's kind of real. I don't think it's like funny, put on the sumo suit kind of a thing where you run into each other. I think it's like real boxing. And my main concern is that I would hurt Nick. I feel like.
Well, yeah, I think you'd hurt him because I feel like you might start out for the first half second following whatever the rules are, but I feel like you'd do a low blow if he landed one punch. I think it would be you'd just go like a hard right to the groin.
I would never do that, but sometimes desperate times calls for desperate measures. But I would never hit him in the groin. Come on, what are you talking?
I feel like I've seen you almost hit him in the groin a number of times, just in regular day-to-day conversation.
I mean, if anybody's thrown a punch at the other one, it's Nick throwing a punch at me. Do you know that story about the time he threw the punch at me? He punched me right in the chest?
Yes.
Okay,
I do,
you know
actually.
about that. Okay,
Yeah.
You know that story. Okay.
I think actually when he was telling me about this boxing thing, I think I asked him if either of you had ever punched the other. But you were a pitcher. You're tall. You're taller. You have a good reach.
Exactly.
You weigh more.
I'm in perfect shape. Yeah.
Peak physical condition.
So anyway, weigh in. Let us know if we should do this. I think Nick's on the fence, and I'm kind of on the fence. I guess my fear is if I lost to him, that would be so embarrassing because I'm a foot taller than him and 50 pounds on him. It'd be so embarrassing.
I don't think there's any winning.
Yeah. I don't know. I think there is. All right. Let's see. Talking Squirrels update. We're talking about doing this new show called Talking Squirrels. It's going to happen. Dave Hawkins is going to be our host. Production begins August 25th in a few weeks. I sent something to Dave and I said, is this something you're equipped to do? And he said, as far as materials go, I can be ready to bullshit about squirrels for hours in no time. So he's ready to take the helm of Talking Squirrels. I feel like we'll be in good hands because he has a couple ferrets, and he said he once held a squirrel in his arms. So, I mean, that's a host right there, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we're in good hands. So that's coming up. Plunkets, we're going to do a plunket show pretty soon. Send us your plunkets. Those are bad photos of yourself. Steve invented the term plunket by getting a terrible photo taken with Jim Plunkett, where he looked like a thumb. And so if you have a plunket, send it to us and we'll feature on the show. EP mode this week. I don't know what we're going to do. I don't even know if Nick's going to be back, but I was thinking about doing The Hypnotist, which is a public access show that I showed last week. I think I have a big chunk of an episode. I don't think I have the whole episode, but we could watch that. Maybe one of you guys could watch it with me if Nick's not up for it.
Sure.
And then what else do we got? Oh, Vanity Plate update. All right. So we have one confirmed. I think that there's no way that it could be usurped at this point. But George, it's looking like yours is fairly likely at this point. Take a look at that. Wet Pets, number one.
Wow, that came out of nowhere.
I did not see this coming.
I love that you would have to have wet pets. But like,
There's not a single person alive that wouldn't think that's some kind of insane fetish. I think I get a mulligan.
No way. No, for real? No, you can't get a mulligan. There's no mulligans in this.
Well, we did originally talk about having one veto. I know that was when
Nick brought it up because he thought he'd have to do vegan 69, but then once it's something that he didn't that he didn't mind doing, he forgot the whole veto thing conveniently.
We'll have to discuss it off air.
Well, I think
what about wet ass pets? There's not enough letters. But I mean, who wouldn't? Is there anybody who wouldn't think I was some sort of like whatever the aquatic version of a furry is?
Scaly?
A finny?
Yeah.
Finny. I like finny.
All right, so George, it's looking like you're gonna get wet pets, but the voting is still open. You can go on to our Patreon.
I'll take any of the others.
Found Footage Fest. You take creepy?
I wouldn't love it. I'd like 1-900 WA or 976, huh?
I think Pond 5's great, although I don't know that you get it. I have a feeling somebody else probably already has it.
I bet the CEO of Pond 5 already has it, right?
But they don't live in Pennsylvania. I feel fairly confident.
Okay. All right, so go on to our Patreon and vote there. Steve, this is what it's looking like for you so far. Plunkett, overwhelming. Well, I'm French. It's coming up, but Plunkett.
Which one would your wife prefer, Steve?
Plunkett, because that would she could just be like, oh, they gave us the wrong license plate.
But here's what I would like. I would like if she was driving. You guys share a car, or do you each have your own car?
We share a car. We live in New York City. We're lucky to have a car.
Okay, so
when we get this, we may have to turn in our car. Like the moment I give her the results, she's like, no, it's not worth having a car.
Yeah, but Plunkett, like I feel like that's fairly easy to understand. She can just say, "Look, my husband was
looked like a thumb
at an ESPN
she can
zone."
just carry the photo and be like, "This is why."
This is why.
Understood.
Oh yeah. Just keep it up in the visor. The visor above. Yep. Yeah. Just keep it right there.
Spin-off show. I married a thumb.
Yeah. Yes.
Interior design.
All right. It's looking like Pam Cap. Pit Wisp usurped Pam Cap for me. And I'm actually more excited about Pit Wisp than I am about Pam Cap. For some reason, when I saw that, I was like, oh, I'm kind of actually excited about Pit Wisp. I'm not excited about explaining it to my mechanic. But
I'm going to ask you the same question. Do you and Albertina have the share one car or two cars?
We each have our own car. Yeah.
Okay, so that's not as bad then. Never mind.
No, I know. Yeah, but I just know I'm going to start getting looks when people pass me and you know what I mean? And then I'm going to get questions about it. And then I'm going to have to explain it because there's no other explaining Pit Wisp.
Yeah. I really wanted gag reflex, but
Again, only has fetish connotations to most people.
Okay. But there was one. Nick's is 100% bona fide. It's been decided. He is going to get vegan 69 or Nick Sips. I mean, I don't think there's any way you can overcome that, right? At this point,
I feel like we should have a mulligan there. If we all three got together and voted out Nick Sips, and it had to go to vegan 69.
Then we get two. Then we get two veto.
We're using the Nick Brewer rule on this, right? Because he decided that rule about the veto.
We all get one veto.
And we can veto this, and then he has to get vegan 69.
That's
because I honestly think that he manipulated this in some way. I don't know how he did it, but he has access to the controls at Patreon. So I
also think Rub Boy and Rubbish Boy should be one, but I do think Rub Boy, I don't know that they would give it out. I just don't think.
What's Bish Boy? What is Bish Boy?
I think Rubbish.
Rubbish Boy. Okay, got it.
Trying to start a new nickname.
Yeah. Daddy's car could have been good too. All right, but right now Nick Sips is the winner, and so I decided to go out with this for the outro song. It's a video that our buddy Todd put together. Called himself Billy B. They went under the moniker of Billy B, and it's a song all about Nick Sips. So Nick, for people who don't know, see, I have to explain all these things now. Nick has a cup that has a straw coming out of it, and he always frequently throughout shows will take sips.
Would want to be hydrated, just a normal thing, and then somehow it got twisted into what we're about to play.
I know, but like, yeah. So, but I would notice he would always do it. Like he'd always take his Nick sips like during the show. So I put together a music video with the help of Billy B, and it's called Nick Sips. So that's all. That's it. Marty, we love you. Marty, we miss you. And Marty, you will live on forever. If we had been prepared, we could have done better.
Marty, you'll always be a part of the show. Much love, Allie and Nick. My nose isn't full of yuck anymore.
Remember to give in Marty's name at bestfriends.org. There's nothing around me but decadence.
Like that. So
when we return, Dr. Selner will complete the bunion surgery.
Yes, those are his pajamas he's wearing.
All right, I gotta go.
that's all. That's it.
Let me see that one.
Rocks are done. Gotta sleep. Bye.
That's it. That it done.
We did our best. If we'd been prepared, we could have done better.
What do you think about Bibra?
About what?
In 8.
My nose isn't for yuck anymore.
Ooh.
That's all I'm doing.
Sure, Yodel.
Have a good day.
Sizzler.
Tinkerbell.
We'll be right back right after that. Good luck from all of us at Hagen.
And Kurt Polster, the real great guy.
Night, night.
Goodbye.
Jim's coins in Hilldale.